Hey, Damaris. All right, we're going to see how we can do this function. I'm going to help you with the A, right? So, and then you can, well, I hope that it's going to be enough so you can do the B and C by yourself. All right, so it says that X is going to be the income, right? So it's going to be some amount of money where you are going to have some amount of tax, and it's going to be expressed as a percentage of what you are earning. All right. Now, this is going to be a piecewise function. So remember that piecewise functions works on certain intervals. So we are going to have to define first these intervals. All right. So the first interval goes from 0 all the way to $25,000. All right. Now, but you have to look at this very carefully because it says, but not over. All right. It's not over 9525K. So that means that you can actually earn exactly, specifically, $9,525, and you are going to have to pay only the 10%. But if you are earning for, let's say, I don't know, maybe your income was 9525.01. All right, so this is over this amount, so you're going to have to go to the next place, right? All right, so all of our intervals in the piecewise function are going to be these amounts, right? So this is going to be your inferior limit, and this is going to be your superior limit. So the next piece of the function is going to go from 9525 less, and watch out for this because we are going to use only the less than sign. We're not going to use the less or equal, all right? Because if you were to use the equal, then that would mean that you should be on this place. And if you place it over here also, like the equal, less than or equal than this amount, then there's going to be an ambiguity of, well, where am I looking? If I'm earning exactly now $9,000 and $5,025, am I looking at this place or am I going to look at this place, right? So we're going to use the less sign. And on the other half, on the other side, we are actually going to use again the less or equal sign. Why? Again, because it says that it can't be over this specific amount. All right, so you're going to be paying 12% of taxes as long as you are earning exactly 38K, well, $38,700 exactly. Right? So this is going to be the limit of this part of the function. All right? So you're going to have to keep going with the rest of them. Now, what's going to happen with the rule or the function or the formula in each one of these specific places of the function? Well, that depends on these amounts, but it's going to be very similar to all of them. All right. So what this is saying is if you are on this range, then you are going to have to do this. It says the tax is this amount. All right. So you're going to pay $0 plus 10% of your income. Now, remember that 10%, we're going to have to convert this to a decimal number. So you just have to move your decimal point 2 places to the left. So it's going to be 0.10. All right, so the 10% of any number is going to be 0.10 times the number. In this case, the number is the income. All right, so 10% of your income is the same in algebra as 0.10x. All right, now the next one is going to change a little bit. All right, why? Because on the next one, you're going to have a specific tax amount. So we have to express it over here that you are going to pay $952.50 plus 12% of your income. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move our decimal point 2 places to the left. So instead of writing 12%, we're going to write 0.12, all right? X again, because this indicates that you have to make the calculations for 12% of your income plus the specific amount of tax, all right? And you're going to have to do this for all of the intervals, because on different intervals you have different percentages, all right? Now, the last one, just as a quick note, you have an inferior limit of $500,000, but you don't have a superior limit. So what you can do is just express it as 500,000, and we're going to say that this is going to be less than X, all right? Alternatively, if you want, you could express it as X greater than $500,000. So both of these means the same thing, all right? So the top one is saying that $500,000 is less than your income. And the second one is saying that your income is more than $500,000. So they are expressing the same. We're just changing like the positions and the symbol and stuff like that, but they represent the same. And you can use whatever you want, just use the one that you like more. And all of this is going to be your function. So for a piecewise, usually you just place a bracket over here and you say, right, so f of x is going to be this, and it's very important, remember, to define the intervals. So what this is saying to you is that if you find yourself on this interval, then you have to follow this rule, right? So let's say that you are earning, I don't know, $150K of income, right? So you are going to have to search for which of them is the correct place. So it would be here, all right? And once you are done with this table, it's going to look something like this. So you're going to have your inferior limit and X, and your superior limit is going to be set on 157,500. So what this would be doing is that if you know that you are earning 150K, then you go to this place and you say, well, what am I going to do? All right, so the rule for this place is going to be that you have to pay 1489.50 plus 24% of your income. So it's going to be 0.24x, right? So that's the way piecewise functions work. You search for a specific interval that applies to whatever you are trying to do, and you find the rule or the formula that you are going to have to follow. So yeah, you just have to keep on filling all of this table by your own, and it's going to be the same thing, I think, on the B, but it's going to change a little bit because of the values. It's a different table, and well, for the C, hopefully you are going to be able to understand a little bit better how this function works with this, and maybe try it yourself, right? And if you can't, but I mean, just try it, like really try it. And if you can, just leave me a message, and as soon as I can, I'll do another video of this. I mean, assuming that you understood my wonky English explanation, right? So good luck.